Hi everyone, Simon is here, and today we're going to play some Stellaris. As you can see, we're not in the race creation screen. This is because we're going to do something a little special today. We're going to randomize an empire and play the game with whatever we get, whatever it is. If it's going to be a militaristic empire, we're gonna try to take things over. If we're fanatically peaceful, we're never going to get into a conflict, even if it would be good for us. We're just gonna defend. That's all we're gonna do. And if you're xenophobe, if you're fanatically xenophobe, we're not gonna make deals with anyone, even if it means our survival. So no defensive pacts, just role playing, whatever we get. I haven't seen this much on YouTube, so it would be an interesting series to start. Let's go randomize our empire. Whatever we get, we're gonna roleplay it, and it's probably gonna go horrible, but we're gonna enjoy it. Sounds pretty good. We have a standard start, the medium galaxy with spiral for arms. I've cranked up the AI empires and the fallen empires and the Maraud empires up to the max, and I've also randomized that so we don't quite know what we're gonna get. It's an unknown galaxy. We've just developed this way. We don't know what the galaxy holds, and so on. So with this spirit, we're gonna continue on. As I've said, I love role playing. Okay, what do we get now? We are the Kenjaran star regime. Okay, we have a totalitarian regime. Okay, we're the Inki, daughter of Rakan. Interesting. Our species are Kenjaran. Now, what are our traits? We live on Arctic places. We are natural sociologists, so we're gonna try to focus on culture, society, maybe even take a biological path, especially seeing that we're materialist. We're traditional, we like things the way we are. Alright. We are enduring, so we last quite a lot of times. We are also repugnant. That's going to make things a little bit hard, because we're also a xenophile. So we'll see how that's going to work out. Maybe it's some Borg series all over again, I don't know. Okay, so we are authoritarian. We are not fanatically authoritarian though, which means we probably have some kind of caste system. We are xenophile. We are looking forward to the other races and want to work with them. Alright? Basically, we're kind of indie at this point. We're not very free, but alright. And we're also materialistic. I'm not quite sure what that entails. Does that mean a robotic path? Actually, we're probably going to modify ourselves since we're natural sociologists. Seems pretty good. Xenophile, get along with other races, authoritarian, materialistic. Which means we probably want to form some kind of federation, but we'll see where it gets us, okay? What else? Reading the description text I find is very important just to get into the character. So, in the eons since the first primitive Kenjaran communities took shape on the snowfields and ice caves of Kenja Prime, our civilization has spread and prospered. Despite our rapid progression through the technological ages, as a species we are fragmented and inefficient. A new system emerged during these chaotic times that delivered us from superstitious beliefs and brought order to our society. Some resisted this change out of irrational fear, but after several pacification wars, the two became productive components of a greater whole. Now, after the discovery of the hyperlane network, the finest minds of the Kenjaran star regime have finished development of the first hyperdrives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasps. So it seems a materialistic sort of descriptor for us, but we are much more. We are also xenophile and authoritarian. So we're not fanatical or anything. Interesting. Another thing that's pretty important are our civics. Right, so we do have this strange title, the daughter of Rakan. Interesting. That seems like it would be a princess, an heir, but that's actually our ruler. Alright. Civics. We are mechanists. Start the game with 2 pups being robots, and with the technology to build more. Robot upkeep reduced by -5%. Interesting. So Are we after all a robotic kind of species? Maybe not. Maybe we can have both robots and develop ourselves bionically. Cutthroat politics. Alright. The political system in the society is renowned for its intrigue, power struggles, shady backroom deals, and cloak and dagger scheming are par for the course. Those who survive long to learn the game, however, tend to learn it well. Edict cost. So we have cheaper edicts. That's pretty good. And we do start the game with 2 robot pups. Which is interesting because we also have what technically are slaves. We're gonna call them caste people though. Yeah, so that's not very inefficient, but that's why we're not playing on any hard difficulty. We're just gonna try to feel this out. So let's see what our daughter of Rakan, Primarch Inki, is like. Rakan sounds like some kind of deity. You would think that she's the leader, the Primarch, and I believe of Rakan. However, not spiritual. So interesting how well this plays out. So the ruler traits are probably pretty important because we have technically an emperor, I believe. Yep, dictatorial actually election. Okay, interesting. So we have a dictator. She's an explorer. I guess we're likely to go discover traditions then, since we're also materialistic. And charismatic, which means edict cost and edict duration. So edicts are pretty good. And we have cutthroat politics, which I believe helps the edicts, if I remembered correctly. Agenda, fleet expansion. Alright, we're going to build a fleet, we're going to explore, and gonna pass some edicts, I guess. Yes, edict cost, minus 20%. So we have very cheap edicts. Interesting. Anything else? Budget, demographics, minerals, powered exoskeletons. Right, this is because we start with robot tech, isn't it? And that's a prerequisite for robot tech. That makes our caste people pretty powerful. Yeah, robot, Kanjoran population. Interesting. It's all very interesting. Alright, what else? What do we need to look at? Right, what were our racial traits? That's a good question. Species. Alright, natural to socialist, traditional, and enduring. So we live long, we're kinda together, traditional, develop our society. Alright. And we do have 2 robots. That's an interesting looking robot. Alright, so let's start. I do like to build some mining stations at the start. Right, where do we explore? We could wrap around this way just to see what's there. And then we'll see where it takes us. Kenja Prime, so our Arctic world. This is 17. It's pretty small, I think. Do you have anything to build here? Not really. We could clear a tile, but it doesn't seem to be that worth it. So let's just build a farm for now. We can spread faster and have more things faster. It is a very small world. So let's see. We really don't have any slaves. How does that work out? I thought we did. Isn't authoritarian? That makes it yeah, that makes it for the caste system. Government, that's probably policies and edicts. Core world's population. I don't know why that's read out. Purge prohibited, slavery is allowed. So we should have slaves. We do not. That's strange. Because I was pretty sure that food production tiles also makes our population slaves, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Anyway, I'm curious if we gain more minerals by having slaves work them. Robot is +10. Power exoskeletons. Oh, power exoskeletons also apply to robots, so perhaps not. Perhaps slave resource production +5%. So yeah, robots are still strong at mining. Okay, interesting. Probably stronger. Right, let's start the game. So it's going to I usually like to play at normal speed, so it may be a little slow. We might speed it up. We'll see how it feels. Right, we should probably research something. Power plant, maybe. Physics labs, not yet. Fusion reactor is pretty good. Maybe fusion reactor, since our leader likes to, you know, do things. Yeah. This is kind of tempting, because we have a military theory guy, but ground defenses aren't used very often, especially this early. So let's grab the standard and powerful planetary unification. What else? We have carry operations. Now you have to take that, just because it sounds cool. Very interesting looking. I'm kind of feeling it. Seems like a very regal people, you know? Ah, I see. So that's how their names are structured. Skeg, daughter of Big, Feti, son of Eva. They don't have Feti son or Skeggy daughter. It's all very direct, materialistic perhaps. Alright, so what are we doing? We're building some mining stations, okay. Arctic world, only size 15, but we could settle this. A frigid, rocky world with nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere. Not much to do here. Also not much to do with our fleet. Right, we do want a leader pretty soon. We want a science ship possibly. Oh, we have primitives. The presence of a primitive alien civilization on Taburek in the Hark system. Is that the Arctic world? No, it's not the Arctic world. That's pretty good, man. We have completed some mining. We could soon expand, or we can build. We can also probably build some energy. It's pretty cheap, so we're gonna do that. What I find is that people usually like to expand a lot and base their minerals and influence, which is good in the long run. But if you're expanding a lot, you're not really building anything in the system, which I think is kind of important. Oh, so we're right in the galactic center as well, the core world, so to speak. We have a choke point here that's pretty important, and an expanse nearby, which is you can build some mining stations that give you minerals if you build spaceports in those nebulas. So that's an interesting too. This is very defensive, and this is an opportunity to expand. We do have quite a lot of other civilizations, but we haven't met anyone yet.
Construction complete.
Right. So we have finished building a building here. Right, so the primitives. They are currently seem to experiencing the equivalent of Renaissance, having left the medieval age behind them. Alright, so gunpowder-based projectile weapons, and they've met some aliens. Luckily, we're xenophile aliens, so perhaps we're gonna try to befriend them. This is definitely interesting, and it's not a huge chance that we would get primitives so early. Looks like birds with some kind of air bubbly things. Okay, so this is interesting, and this is a pretty good planet. Can definitely use that. The report on the primitive civilization observed by our fleets is received with some as close to exultant jubilation as the academic elite will allow themselves to express. Is the first proof of a Kenjoran steps into the darkness. They may not be our equals yet, and it may not be that we will not interact directly with them in our lifetimes, but their mere existence is a beacon of hope in a galaxy that everywhere appears dead and unmoving. Yep, so this is pretty exciting news. There is apparently life in the galaxy. It's there may not be very advanced life, but we know that there is some. So the Arctic world, it has Betharian. It has some society research as well, so probably we want to colonize it, even though this is even smaller than our capital, which is already small.
Star system charted.
Right, I should have probably moved my construction ship. So yeah, let's take this system. I just want to scout this path and see if we can get through, and then focus a little bit here, but soon claim these systems as well. Actually, I might have to claim this quite soon. I do want that science ship. So it costs 90. That's quite a lot. I'm glad I built the minerals. Yeah, I'm not so glad I built the energy credits. What does our leader think? We need to expand fleet. Election only on ruler death. I was kind of hoping for a monarchy type situation, but it's interesting that these dictatorial people, the Primarch. Yeah, I do get a bit of an Indian vibe from this. Materialistic, xenophile, authoritarian. We're generally open to the universe and just want to explore it. We have a caste system, but we're just traditional people, nothing too fancy. I'm not quite sure what it means we want to do about war and stuff. Like, are we militaristic? If we're going to meet someone who's spiritual, egalitarian, and xenophobe, we probably will, but... Right, so habitable world survey.
Situation.
Yeah, sure, let's do it. It's pretty good to get this early. I'm probably gonna have a cut in here, so hope you like, hope you subscribe. I do want to get this into the search results, so please do like, and I'm very curious if people are into this kind of randomized empire thing, so do let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. I'll see you soon.